I finished Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. My overall thoughts is it was very spicy. I liked the plot. It was okay. I ended up rating it a 3 star. Do I think it was super Christmassy? No. Was it set during Christmas? Yes. Did I like the spice factor? No. But I finished it.
I have finished On Christmas Avenue by Ginny Baird. This is a Hallmark book, so it gives you exactly what it promises. Small town Christmassy vibes with a huge romance plot with a couple of twists and turns and a happily ever after. So if that's what you're looking for, if you enjoy Hallmark movies and want it in book form, then this is exactly what it promises to be. I ended up giving it 4 stars. There's a chance that I'll read it again next Christmas because it was an enjoyable read, but definitely not one of my favorites of all time. Gave exactly what it promised to do.
I just finished The Christmas Jigsaw Murders. I absolutely loved it. This book was by Alexandra Benedict. I really liked it. It was very Christmassy, but a really, really good murder mystery. And there's also 3 different games at the beginning that you can play throughout the book, which I thought just added a super cool feature. The plot itself, I really found myself questioning who did it, and my guess was wrong. And I rated it a 5 star.
I have finished Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. This is a book about two people, Melody and Beat, whose moms were in a band together and had a huge falling out, but 30 years later, they're trying to get the band back together. Uh, this book definitely has smut that leans in a more BDSM route, which isn't necessarily for me, but I can think of one person off the top of my head that would be super into this. Um, it wasn't really Christmassy. It took place over Christmas, but that's really all I can give it. There were like no Christmas scenes whatsoever. So if you're looking for a Christmas book, this definitely isn't going to be it. But if you're looking for a book with a little bit of a harder amount of smut, then you might enjoy this. I personally got very frustrated because it keeps talking about the Kelly Green coat that Melody wears. That's not Kelly Green. But other than that, it was a decent read. I ended up giving it 3 stars because I was expecting more Christmas than was in it, but didn't hate it.
I just finished The Gift by Frida McFadden. It is a Christmas short story. I really liked it. It was really creepy. It's apparently a retelling of The Gift of the Magi, which I have not looked up, but I'm excited to see what that means. It was about a girl, Stella, trying to find the perfect gift for her boyfriend, or not boyfriend, sorry, her husband. And it is Christmas Eve, and she is down to the wire, and a mysterious woman comes to help her. Yeah, it was creepy. It was a really, really creepy, but really good, really fast. I read it in less than an hour. That was awesome. So yeah, I would rate it probably a 4 star just because it is so short. But you know, I love my girl Frida.
I have finished A Timeless Christmas by Alexis Stanton. This is about a man from 1902 named Charles as he disappears suddenly. No one has ever known where he went, but he ends up showing up in modern day 2018 and he meets Megan, who is playing his head maid from 1902 around the time that he disappeared. They end up getting to know each other, falling in love. He ends up falling in love with Christmas. She ends up discovering that she's not as boring and lame as her ex led her to believe. And I honestly found it to be such a cute book. It gave me the same kind of vibes as the Christmas movie The Night Before Christmas, which also had time traveling aspects, but this ending was different than that book. They both had time traveling, but very different outcomes. And I really enjoyed my time in this world. This is a Hallmark book, so I'm definitely going to turn this camera off, go watch the movie that is based on this book, and enjoy my time with these characters. I ended up giving this book a 4 stars, and I really did enjoy it.
I just finished the book Just Haven't Met You Yet by Sophie Cousins. And while it wasn't super Christmassy, it does take place in the winter time, so it did have more of like those cozy winter travel vibes, which was fun. I liked the plot. It was overall pretty good. I did listen to it as an audiobook, which I feel like helped it to not feel like such a slog. It is on the longer end. It's almost 400 pages, and I felt like the last 25% really could have been like it didn't need to happen. I mean, it did to wrap up storylines, but at the same time I feel like it could have been done shorter. So I feel like this book could have been shorter. So for that reason, I ended up giving it a 3 star.
I recently finished Mate for the Christmas Dragon by Zoe Chant. I don't have it physically in front of me because I read it on Kindle Unlimited, which is why the picture of the book is up here and it's not in my hands. This is a shifter romance book with a dash of spice. This has to do with a dragon born on Christmas Day who has been cursed, where if he does not find his mate, his true love, by his 25th birthday, he is going to either be just human or just a dragon. He loses the shifter ability. And lo and behold to him, even though he's been trying for years to find his mate, he comes back home for the holidays and ends up finding her. It's 5 days before Christmas. He's on a tight deadline and stuff has to get figured out. He's got to explain to this human that he's a shifter, that magic is real, that she's his mate, that they are in love. He actually has to fall in love because the connection is there, but is it enough? And all of that has to be done in the 5 days leading up to Christmas. I found this to be an enjoyable read. It was cute, it was fun, it wasn't really heavy, just a lot of fluff and good Christmassy vibes. A couple of really cute dates that are holiday themed, but not really because she, surprise, surprise, hates Christmas. I ended up giving this book 3.75 stars and I really did enjoy it.
Hey, so I finished my first Christmas book, finally, and that is The Gingerbread Bakery. So I do have to say it is a lot better than the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. I really love Annie and Max's story. It's so good, but there was some cringe parts that I was like, oh my gosh, just forgive him, or yeah, you just got to read the story. And yeah, it was really good. So this isn't technically like it takes part in Christmas time, so not much Christmassy stuff, but it's a Christmas book. It's a Christmas book, but it's really cute. I love all the characters coming together from the previous books, and then I also love oh my gosh, Logan and Jeannie's wedding. It's really sweet. Anyway, I gave it 4 stars because there was some things that like I said before, I was cringing, and then just other stuff I was like, why is that in the book? But anyway, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the next book. So yeah, check this one out.
I just finished He Sees You When You're Sleeping by Alta Hensley. This book was really, really good. It is a spicy stalker book where it's like the stalker trope. Very spicy, very smutty, but also very Christmassy, surprisingly. There was a lot of scenes in this where they were doing Christmas activities, like drinking hot chocolate, watching Christmas movies, putting up Christmas lights, putting up Christmas decorations. Very, very surprisingly Christmassy. I ended up rating it a 4.5, and definitely worth reading, in my opinion, and not too intense on the stalker trope, I would say.
I have finished reading Mysteries at Thorn Manor by Margaret Rogerson. This is the companion novella for Sorcery of Thorns. It follows Nathaniel Thorne and Elizabeth Scrivener after the events of A Sorcery of Thorns. And while it's not a Christmas book, it does take place in the winter, so I'm going to count it. And it also has to do with the midwinter ball, while it has more to do with the romance between the two characters and a secondary character, like primary in the first one, but like secondary to their romance. and not so much the Midwinter Ball, I do enjoy this read. It was a reread for me because I do love Margaret Rogerson's writing style, and I do tend to reread her books probably about once a year. So, of course, I enjoyed rereading this one. I listened to it as an audiobook, which is why I don't have it physically in front of me. And I gave it 5 stars because I really do love just another little taste of this world. I wish there was more, but you do what you can with what you got.
I just finished Grimoires and Gingerbread by Danielle Garrett. It is a Christmas novella that tells the story of Ella and Orion as they are looking for Santa's grimoire with all of his secrets in it and magical spells and everything. They have the help of 2 elves, Joy and Chipper, and it's a very much cast of quirky characters. Super funny, super Christmassy. I really enjoyed it. Very short, but definitely would love to see another story that involves those characters. I ended up rating it a 4-star. It's a quick Christmassy read that I would highly recommend while you're sitting by a fireplace eating some Christmas cookies.
I read Santa's Dark Secret by Sheridan Ann. It is heavy on the smut and spice. It's about a girl who saw Santa's son when she was 8, and 20 years later, her wish is to meet him in person. She has not been satisfied. Her life is not going well, but she thinks maybe for once something will go right. Of course, she was drunk the first time she made the wish, but then this story is about the 3 years of them actually meeting each other. Nick Jr., Saint Nicholas, whatever you want to call him. Don't call him Saint Nick because that's his dad's name. They have a lot of hot and heavy times. That's pretty much what this story is about. I thought it was a fun read. I'd give it like a 3.5 because like there's not really a lot of substance, but it was fun. It was quick to get through, and it was on Kindle Unlimited, so it's available if you've got that.
Hey, so I'm here to talk about The Secret Christmas Library. I just finished it like an hour ago, and I rated it 2 stars. I wanted it to, like, the title and the cover seem like it's going to be all about books and finding a Christmas library with all these rare books. It wasn't really like that. It was not as magical as I wanted it to be. It does take part in Christmas time, of course. I mean, the title, and in Scotland, and it is really cool, but it was very disappointed. It went from okay to bad to worse. But yeah, so yeah, but hopefully you like it more than I did.
I have read Wounded Christmas Wolf by Lauren Esker. This was a sweet shifter romance book that I read on Kindle Unlimited. Yes, it had to do with a wounded shifter, a wounded wolf, but in this case, it wasn't a physical wound. It was more a spiritual and emotional wound. So I found that to be quite interesting. When you don't have connection to a pack or other shifters, it can be hard to understand that side of yourself. So this book is kind of, one of the main characters is trying to come to terms with that, and the other is coming to terms with accepting that their life isn't going to turn out the way they wanted it to or expected it to. So I found that to be really cute. It's about a small town and a Christmas tree farm, which I really enjoyed reading about. I've read another Christmas tree farm book that I did not enjoy, so I did enjoy this one a lot more. I ended up giving it 3.75 stars because it just wasn't quite there for a 4-star for me, but I really did enjoy that it was a different twist on the wounded werewolf or shifter trope that I read a lot of. So I enjoyed it. I'd recommend checking it out if you have Kindle Unlimited. It was a fun and a quick read. I have finished Set the Record Straight by Hannah Bonham Young. This is a cute little lesbian romance book that takes place around Christmas time. It's about themes of understanding yourself, your sexual awakening, and understanding that like it's okay to not be straight. It talks about
being neurodivergent and accepting yourself, understanding that you're not going to please everyone. And I just found it to be a really cute story. It's got a friends to lovers little trope, and I really enjoyed it. I read it on Kindle Unlimited, and I ended up giving it 4 stars.